Yes. All right. I made it through it. You even want to know how many times I had to play that? Oh, my arm is killing me. Those gallops are hella fast. Maybe not sound it, but after you're playing it that long, oh my gosh, my arm's cramping up. And trying to play that like power chorded too, that was rough. It is fast. Gotta hand it to Soilwork. Those dudes can play. All right. Welcome everyone to Weekly What's New, episode number 7. First things first, I haven't put a video out in a couple weeks. I just had to take a couple weeks off, had a lot going on. Just needed a break, you know, a little vacation. If any of you have your own YouTube channels, then you know how crazy time consuming putting these videos together, you know, putting just the time invested in putting together this cover, tracking everything, writing out all the drums, the bass, you know, looking up the tabs, which I'm sure I probably flubbed up here and there, but still fun to do. And we'll come back to this audio sample later in the video, because when we get into the topics here, you'll see it ties into what we're going to discuss. But so it's just time consuming. So I needed a couple weeks off. I'm back. Super excited to get into the content for this video, because we have Thanksgiving coming up next week, which means Black Friday, which means deals, and we have plenty of them. So that's literally the entire video. Is we're going to talk about all the Black Friday deals that I know of so far, that you should be taking advantage of, because you're going to save money and you're going to get some ridiculously awesome plugins, whether that be drums, whether that be impulse responses, or guitar tones like amp sims, like all kinds of stuff. Let's just go ahead and jump into it. So obviously this is all about deals. So let's just get into the first deal, which is NeuralDSP is doing 50% off everything, half off every plugin they offer. You should be taking advantage of this if you haven't already. NeuralDSP is at the top of their game right now. I mean, as far as amp sims, they are at the top of the game. I mean, they're unrivaled as far as I'm concerned. 50% off, so take advantage of that. Also, they're doing a Quad Cortex giveaway every day now through November 30th. They've already given away 2. There's 8 left as of today, November 22nd. And so get to it. I'll put the link in the description or in the comments somewhere, so you can go right to it. Of course, if you just go to NeuralDSP.com, they'll probably find something there, or check their Instagram. That's where I've been seeing it, is on their Insta. They're posting stuff there daily. So there's a few things you got to do to enter. You subscribe to their mailing list, you tweet at them, follow them on Instagram, different things like that. And each one of those things you do is a new entry, and then they randomly pick someone to win a Quad Cortex. So you can't beat that. You're not spending a dime, and you're getting a ridiculously awesome piece of hardware potentially. So take advantage of that. The other thing I figured I'd tie into these deals is, a lot of times people think, well, okay, that's great, I'm going to save 50%, but they've got a lot of plugins. They all seem to be really great. Which one do I get? Well, I figured I would just throw out my recommendation, and you can take it or leave it, do some research of your own. But for each one of these deals, I'm going to go ahead and recommend at least what I would do if I didn't already have something that was on sale as part of these deals. So with NeuralDSP, the first thing is, I would highly recommend the ARCHETYPE NOLLY. Not because it's the most expensive plugin they have, though obviously that means at 50% off, you'll be saving the most by getting that one, but because NOLLY's plugin is by far the most versatile. from pristine, crystal clean tones, shimmering cleans. They've got pre-effects and post-effects, from beautiful cleans to mid-gain to rock to full-on high-gain in-your-face tones. This thing can do it all. In fact, Spirit Box and many others use NOLLY. So if you've heard any of the recent Spirit Box songs, like they use NOLLY in their stuff. So it can do the high gain, genty tones as well. So my recommendation for the NeuralDSP, a 50% off deal, is the ARCHETYPE NOLLY. And moving on to the next one, STLTones is also doing 50% off store-wide. STLTones absolutely killing it with their ToneHub. This thing is just like all in one. It's got the pre-effects, like the overdrives and different effects. It's got the amp sim, the impulse responses, all built into these preset packs that you buy. You load into ToneHub, and then you select the preset. Everything's already pre-configured. You can tweak it. You can adjust the EQ in the amp, the gain settings, you can move the mic around in the impulse response. The one thing you can't do with ToneHub is actually change the IR that's used. You can move the mic around, but you can't change the IR. Not the end of the world, because the ones that are built in are fantastic. And in many cases in the presets, you'll have different cabinets that are used. In the case of the pack that I'm going to recommend, you'll actually see there's different speakers used in the same cabinet. So there's like bottom left, bottom right, top left, top right. So you basically have a ton of different IRs used with these same amps. And so getting to what I would recommend you take advantage of for the STLTones 50% off store-wide is ToneHub and the Josh Middleton preset pack. Absolutely the best pack that I've tried. Obviously, if you watch my channel, you've seen my content, I don't do a lot of clean stuff. I do some ambient stuff here and there. But I like the high gain, the chugging, the ripping, sometimes the genty type tone. And the Josh Middleton pack, it absolutely delivers all of that and then some. It is fantastic. There's tons of different amps in there, tons of different cabinet configurations. Highly recommend you get ToneHub and at least trial the Josh Middleton pack. I think you'll fall in love with it if you like those high gain tones. So that's what I would recommend you take advantage of with STLTones discount. To the next deal, we have Get Good Drums, or otherwise known as GGD. So from what I saw on their website, it looks like most things are about 35% off. What I would recommend through GGD is it's kind of two things. It depends on maybe your situation and what you need more. But the very first thing at the top of the list that I would recommend is the Invasion, their Invasion kit. It is next level awesome. I used the Matt Halpern signature pack, the P4 kit. That is fantastic. But then I tried Invasion and never went back. I haven't looked back since. It is incredible. The different articulations that it provides for like the double kick when you're doing fast double kick. They actually sampled a left kick and a right kick versus a double kick pedal hitting the same kick. So you get that more real world sound of like the variation between the left and the right kick versus the exact same trigger and having to adjust the velocities. I mean, you still have to adjust the velocities a bit, but just having that articulation for the left and the right kick in and of itself is amazing. And then it just goes on from there. The kick and the snare, you have different triggers that you can add with the different snare or kick that you choose. So like that adds a next level of customization to it. And I've just found it to be absolutely incredible. So I would highly recommend Invasion as the first thing. If you already have Invasion, or if you dig the kit, the MIDI drums that you're already using, or maybe you don't use them, maybe you have a real kit that you mic up yourself, then what I would recommend after that is their Studio Cabs Zilla. These are absolutely incredible impulse responses captured by NOLLY, and they just rip. They are fantastic. They sound so amazing. I use them on a ton of different stuff these days. So highly recommend those two things. Go check those out. Moving on to the next deal, we have ML Sound Lab with 50% off most things. I haven't looked at what things are excluded on their site, but they do have in quotes most things, so 50% off most things. What I would recommend from ML Sound Lab is any of their IR packs or the MIKKO plugin. The difference being, if you just want some insanely awesome impulse responses that you can just load into your IR loader or your amp sim and just go, get one of the IR packs. Pick one, depending on your style of music. They are fantastic. You can't go wrong there. However, if you're someone who likes customization, you want to move the mic around on the speaker, you want to add different cabinets and different microphone combinations, and just kind of build your own custom impulse responses, backed by, again, MIKKO and his amazing IRs, then I would recommend the MIKKO plugin. And I have the MIKKO plugin. I use it often as well. It is really fun to kind of dial in your own custom IRs, and it does a fantastic job. So recommend those two things from ML Sound Lab. And continuing on with IRs, the last deal that I have found, or at least that I'm going to mention in this video, is the Bogren Digital. So that's just bogrendigital.com, and that is Jens Bogren. He is on the website, it's quoted as a top metal producer behind hundreds of world-class productions, such as Soilwork, Arch Enemy, etc. Like Opeth is another one. So lots of big names, and he is doing 50% off on I think at least the thing that I saw right at the front page of the website was his Rhythm IR pack. I'm not sure what else is on the site, but if there's other stuff there, I'm assuming that's 50% off as well. The code, which is it's highlighted on the site as well. There's like a pop-up that comes up, but the code that you need to use is Black Metal Friday, no spaces, just Black Metal Friday, and put that in at checkout. You'll get 50% off. But the Bogren Digital, the Rhythm IR pack, there's like 20 or 25 IRs you get in there that Jens pulled himself, and there's a few EQ'd variants in there as well. They sound amazing, so highly recommend you check those out as well. And now, bringing it all back together, as I mentioned at the beginning, the audio sample. So I put together this Soilwork cover of I think it's Nerve is the name of the track. It's off of the Stabbing the Drama album. But I put this quick cover together, and I used most of this, not everything, but most of the stuff that I've mentioned here in these deals. So for the drums is GGD Invasion. For the guitar tones, it is ARCHETYPE NOLLY. And for the IRs, it is the Bogren Digital. And I will show you which one I'm using. So let's switch over to the computer and I will show you the project. So here we have the drums, and I will show you, we have Invasion loaded up here. You can see the full kit that I'm using. This is the low-tuned Brute, and I've got a few customizations going on here. It's very, very similar to what I went over in my mixing metal drums video that I released, I don't know, 3 or 4 videos ago. Go check out my channel, and you'll see that mixing metal drums video if you want to know how I mix drums and how I EQ them and how I use the compression, bus compression, parallel compression, all of that. So if you dig the sound that you heard in the beginning, and I'm about to go play it again, if you dig this sound, you can go check out that video to see how I mix these drums. So there's the drums. We have the ARCHETYPE NOLLY. So here is this is the 3rd amp, and we are actually using, like I said before, we're not using the built-in IR. You can see on the left here, I've got this mic off. On the right, I'm using the Bogren Digital. This is the Bald and Beautiful EQ1. And if we come over here, you can see it's actually the very first one in the pack. And then there's like, I don't know, I'm not going to count them all, but there's like 25 in here, something like that. Maybe we'll go ahead and just kind of sample a few of these so you can hear those. But I'm just going to play some of this stuff soloed so you can get an understanding of a better understanding of what it sounds like. So here we'll solo the drums so you can hear these. So here's a little section of the drums. Let me make sure I got my bus soloed. All right, here you go. Okay, there's some double kick galloping section. I'll go to this section here in the middle. So there you go. You got some toms, you got some action on the hi-hat, you got some double kick, and you can hear how real and amazing all that stuff sounds. So now let's have a listen to this guitar tone, and I quad tracked this. So we'll just play all four of these so you can kind of get a full experience of it. And again, this is the ARCHETYPE NOLLY. Let me just pull it up on the screen. This is ARCHETYPE NOLLY and the Bogren Digital IRs. And I should point out that I am also using the OD 808 from STLTones. So this is actually another plugin that is on sale for 50% off right now. Well, I take that back. I'm not sure if AmpHub is actually on sale because this is it's a monthly subscription, so I'm not sure how that would work with 50% off. Maybe take a look and see, maybe they're doing some sort of temporary discount on your first month or something. But this is, so with AmpHub, it's a subscription model, and each month they add new features to this. So new pedal, maybe it's a new pedal, maybe it's a new amp, a new effects, new IRs, whatever it may be. This thing is just going to grow over time. But this is using like I said, the OD 808 pedal in front of the ARCHETYPE NOLLY amp here, and then going into the Bogren Digital IR. And this is what the guitars sound like by themselves. So there's just a quick sample of the fast galloping section. That is hard as hell to play, so please excuse if it's not perfect. And then we'll go into this other section here so you can hear these. Sounds like I got my gate maybe just a little bit too high. But there you go. There's an example of what what NOLLY can do and what those IRs sound like. So let's just quickly solo one of these. I'll make it up the center, or pan it up the center rather, and we will have a listen to, actually let me do, we'll do this one here. Make it up the center, and then I'm going to just change these IRs. I'll just flip through them and you can kind of hear what they sound like. I'm just going to solo, or actually loop this one section here. All right, you get the idea. There's a bunch of IRs in here. They have different tones to them, different EQs, different, obviously different speakers, different cabinets. So you should definitely check those out. But from what I heard, a lot of these sound really great. And I just went with the first one in here because I thought it sounded good by itself right there. So there you go. There is the deals going on this week. I think most of them end like November 30th, something like that. So jump on these, and I hope you liked my little cover, but we'll go ahead and wrap this one up there. If you know of any other deals, hit me in the comments, let me know. I'd love to check those out. Always looking for new deals. And as always, thank you for watching and thank you for your support.